a shadowy organization lurking in the mountains, an elite force of warriors feared by kings, sultans, and crusaders alike. They struck from the shadows, vanishing before the world could react. Legends speak of an order so deadly, so enigmatic, that even the name, assassin, has endured for centuries. But who were they, really? Welcome to History Unveiled, and today, we journey back to the origins of the Nizari Ismailis, better known as the Assassins. To understand the birth of the Assassins, we must first step into a world torn apart by politics, religion, and war. It was the 11th century, and the Islamic world was fractured between the Sunni Abbasid Caliphate, supported by the Seljuk Turks, and the Shia Fatimid Caliphate in Egypt. Amidst this chaos, a radical movement was brewing within the Shia faction known as the Ismailis. At the heart of this movement was a man named Hassan-i Sabbah. Born in Persia around 1050 CE, Hassan was a gifted scholar, theologian, and strategist. He grew up in the city of Ray, a hub of intellectual and religious discourse. As a young man, he studied under various scholars but soon found himself drawn to the radical teachings of the Ismaili sect. Unlike mainstream Islamic teachings of the time, the Ismailis emphasized hidden esoteric knowledge, seeing themselves as the true keepers of divine wisdom. Hassan's quest for knowledge took him to Cairo, the heart of the Fatimid Caliphate, where he was further indoctrinated into Ismaili beliefs. The Fatimid rulers saw themselves as the rightful leaders of the Muslim world, standing in direct opposition to the Sunni Abbasids in Baghdad. It was here that Hassan honed his ideological convictions and developed the vision that would shape the course of history. But Hassan was no ordinary student. He was a revolutionary. He believed that the Ismaili cause needed a new approach, one that would shake the very foundations of power in the Islamic world. He was about to give birth to one of history's most secretive and feared organizations. Returning to Persia, Hassan sought a stronghold where he could build his movement. His eyes fell upon Alamut Castle, a nearly impenetrable fortress perched high in the Alborz Mountains. According to legend, he took control of Alamut through cunning rather than force. Some say he slowly converted the garrison from within, using persuasion and stealth, while others claim he tricked the fortress's lord into handing it over by exploiting religious divisions. Regardless of the method, Alamut became the beating heart of the assassin order, a safe haven where his vision would take root. From Alamut, Hassan established the foundations of his secret society. He called his followers fides, meaning, the devoted ones. These men underwent rigorous training, not just in combat, but in intelligence gathering, disguise, and stealth. They were taught to blend into enemy ranks, to be patient, and to strike only when the moment was right. But what made him truly dangerous was their unwavering belief in their cause. Hassan instilled absolute loyalty in his followers, convincing them that their sacrifices would earn him paradise. This level of devotion created warriors who feared neither death nor pain, making him the perfect assassins. His teachings emphasized discipline, strategic thinking, and the importance of removing oppressive rulers through targeted assassinations, rather than large-scale warfare. With his army of shadows prepared, Hassan launched his first major attack against the Seljuk Empire, which ruled Persia and sought to eradicate the Ismailis. His first known victim was Nizam al-Mulk, the powerful vizier of the Seljuk Sultanate, in 1092. A disguised assassin struck him down in public, sending shockwaves through the empire. This marked the beginning of the assassins' terrifying campaign. Hassan's strategy was not to wage open war but to use calculated, high-profile assassinations to create fear. His fides eliminated key figures, generals, governors, and religious leaders, making the assassins a force to be reckoned with. In a time where power was maintained through intimidation, the assassins turned the tables, ensuring that even the most powerful rulers lived in constant fear. As the assassins grew in infamy, so did the legends surrounding them. Stories spread that they used hashish to induce hallucinations before missions, hence the word hashashin, from which assassin is derived. However, many historians argue that this was propaganda spread by their enemies to paint them as deranged killers. The truth, the assassins were not drug-addled madmen but highly disciplined warriors operating with precision. For decades, Hassan never left his fortress, ruling from within Alamut like a phantom. His word was law, and his enemies feared the very mention of his name. He transformed Alamut into a hub of knowledge, where philosophy, astronomy, and religious doctrine were studied in secrecy. By the time of his death in 1124, Hassan had built a network of assassin strongholds stretching from Persia to Syria. His organization had become so feared that even the most powerful rulers hesitated before challenging them. But as we shall see in the next part of this series, the assassins' reach was only beginning to expand. They would go on to influence the Crusades, strike terror into the hearts of European and Muslim leaders alike, and eventually face formidable enemies such as Saladin and the Mongols. The story of the assassins is far from over. In the next episode, we'll explore their rise to power, their deadly encounters with the Crusaders, and the legendary figures who both feared and admired them. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss part 2 of this thrilling saga. Until next time, this is History Unveiled, where the past comes to life.